What's going on, guys? This is Moonchild and Do No Way, and today I got a PvE build for Warlocks that want to control the forces of life and death. Tree Dawnblade has some of the strongest abilities in all of Destiny 2, so in this video I'm going to break down some exotics and mods you can run together to keep the team alive and rip through everything in your path. To become the Well Demon, the first thing you want to get your hands on are the Boots of the Assembler. This exotic can be farmed in Legend and Master Lost sectors on the days when leg armor's dropping, and it's got one of the strongest perks in the entire game. When you drop any kind of rift, spheres of light are going to appear around you and seek out nearby allies to heal or empower. Every time one of your buddies gets buffed, the duration of your rift gets extended. This is going to happen over and over the longer you stand in it, and if you let the timer tick down, you're going to have another rift long before the first one's even gone. The amount of healing these boots give is absolutely insane, and with Tree Dawnblade you can overcharge your grenade and turn it into an overshield for you and your team. Just hold down the button, and everyone in your squad can run over it to instantly get healed to full. These are our first few ways to take control over the forces of life. When it's time to grab death by the horns, you want to swing over to the artifact and pick up Particle Deconstruction. This mod makes fusion rifles and linear fusions weaken your enemy's defenses. After being hit 5 times, the debuff caps out and they're taking 40% more damage. This is the most powerful mod in the game, and it's going to help you welcome a lot of people to the afterlife. Far as I can tell, there's no visual indicator of how many stacks a target has, but fusion rifles don't give a damn about that because they fire a bunch of bolts every time you pull the trigger. Each one of those is stacking the debuff separately, and you can cap it out easy in just a shot or two. For your energy slot, Cartesian Coordinate is a perfect pick because it's easy to target farm and matches your subclass element. To get your hands on one, swing by the helm, open the Prismatic Recaster, and click on Season of the Splicer. You want to focus your umbrals into the Shock Trooper Engram to get the best chance at a drop. For your heavy, Reed's Regret or Threaded Needle are both top tier picks for the loadout, and all 3 of the guns we just covered can roll with Vorpal Weapon for extra damage to yellow bar enemies. As far as kinetics go, for the Master of Life and Death, there just happens to be a perfect option you can roll with. Lumina is an exotic hand cannon that's basically a support player's dream weapon. When you get a kill, a piece of the enemy's soul gets left behind, and you can pick that up to empower the gun with a buff called Noble Rounds. While that's active, firing from the hip shoots a sphere of light that heals your allies. When it makes contact with a teammate, you're both going to get a buff called Blessing of the Sky, and for the next 10 seconds your weapons hit 35% harder. Titans using the Word of Dawn bubble get the same buff, but they have to trade their super for it. All you have to do is kill a red bar, and that means Blessing of the Sky is up pretty much all the time. This stacks with Particle Deconstruction, and with those effects together you're looking at 75% extra damage to your fusion rifle and heavy. If you're getting value out of this, like the video to tell the YouTube algorithm this content is worth showing off. Lumina and Boots of the Assembler are a match made in heaven because beyond what they do on their own, they have a unique effect when paired together. When you have them both on and stand in your rift, Lumina's gonna start getting Noble Rounds for free. Like a hidden exotic perk, some of the Seekers that Boots of the Assembler spawn get loaded directly into your hand cannon. This means aside from handing out the Blessing of the Sky buff, you never have to use Lumina at all. Standing in your rift doesn't just heal you, it actively seeks out allies to keep alive, gifting you with free damage and letting you focus on vooping motherfuckers into oblivion. That's the balancing act of life and death this build embodies, and you're going to be healing the team and reaping the souls of your enemies left and right. To take that power fantasy a step further, we're slotting the mods Elemental Ordnance and Quick Charge. Elemental Ordnance spawns a guaranteed elemental well for getting a kill with your grenade. This pairs perfectly with Benevolent Dawn from your subclass, which supercharges the cooldown of your abilities every time you heal an ally. It procs on its own when Boots of the Assembler seek out your buddies, and even with low discipline you end up getting a ton of grenades. We're going to do a little more with the Elemental Well mods, and I'll talk all about that in just a minute. With Quick Charge equipped, getting multi-kills with your fusion rifle makes you charged with light. You're going to be using Cartesian Coordinate like a primary weapon and getting charged over and over again in the background. Put on Protective Light to keep you alive when you need it most. When you're charged with light and you get put in red level health, Protective Light's going to activate, consuming those charges and giving you a 50% damage reduction. At a 2-time stack, that's going to last for 9 seconds, which is plenty of time to overcharge a grenade or drop your rift. This is life control in its most powerful state, and in GM level contents, a lot of times this mod is going to be the reason you live to fight another day. Earlier I said we were going to do more with the well mods, so let's get back to talking about that. When you run over an elemental well that matches your subclass element, Font of Might kicks in and gives you a bonus to weapon damage. It has to be the same element as your subclass, and when this is up, it's time to pull out Cartesian Coordinate and voop the hell out of everything nearby. It's a 25% buff that stacks with everything else you've got. With Blessing of the Sky active, Font of Might up, and Particle Deconstruction stacked, your fusion rifle's hitting for double damage. Particle Deconstruction deletes your enemies on a molecular level. They don't just die, you're literally removing them from existence. You make them cease to be, and that's mastery of death at its finest. During Season of the Lost, these are the artifact mods you want to put on because they give you bonus ammo for your special and heavy and make you hit 30% harder if you have a teammate running stasis. And if you want to become a well demon but you don't have the boots of the assembler yet, don't sweat it. Cause I'm gonna break down a loadout you can use to breeze through lost sectors and farm exotics fast, and to see it, all you gotta do is click the card on the right. Thank you to the channel members for keeping the dream alive. I am Moonchild of Do No Way, and I will see you in the next video.